Hi everybody. You're watching Geek This Week, and I am by my... What?
Hey.
Oh, yes!
Hey, I made it.
Oh, thank God, I'm not by myself. Hey everybody, you're watching Geek This Week, and today I have Max with me.
Hey.
And today we're going to be bringing you all the geeky news on...
SiliCon.
Catch your breath. Okay, but don't take too long.
Yeah.
Okay. Try it one more time.
SiliCon.
The Android One notification.
And Tabletop Session IPAs.
All on Geek This Week, of which I'm not alone in.
A mile's a really long distance.
Yeah, it is. This week in TV and streaming services, it turns out one of the absolute best episodes in Star Trek The Next Generation, Yesterday's Enterprise, was originally meant to have a significantly darker ending. The episode has Jean-Luc Picard's crew on the Enterprise D thrown into an alternate universe where they're at war with the Klingons because the Enterprise C jumped through time. The episode brings Tasha Yar back to life as Chief Security Officer, while Ship Counselor Troy and Lieutenant Commander Worf, being a Klingon, isn't there. In the end, Guinan convinces Picard that this isn't their reality and everything ends happily. Well, except Tasha is dead again. Anyways, just recently, The Hollywood Reporter sat down with the writers of the episode to celebrate TNG's 30th anniversary. It turns out the episode was originally supposed to show the entire bridge crew of the Enterprise D being killed, and not pleasantly. But it was cut down to just Data and Wesley Crusher because the executive producer Rick Berman thought it would be too violent and depressing for audiences. And, well, who doesn't like to see Wesley Crusher get crushed? Anyway, they probably wouldn't say that today, would they? With Star Trek Picard gearing up for Season 2, it'll be interesting to see if we get to see them mess with time travel at all and a complete massacre of all the main characters. So far, it doesn't seem like they're too keen on keeping you attached to anyone for very long, though. So, maybe?
Maybe, baby.
Maybe.
This week in tech. Wondering why your phone is sending you a bunch of ones? Looks like you're not alone. Galaxy users have been experiencing the exact same thing. Turns out some sort of bug happened when they were doing an internal testing for their Find My Mobile app. So fear not, apart from giving a few users heart attacks, nothing bad is happening with the error, and your Galaxy should be working as normal. This isn't the first time a small glitch for such a large company has had international implications. OnePlus last year had a similar ordeal, with users receiving text filled with gibberish and Chinese characters, something related to a failed internal testing for a software update. Hey, maybe one day we'll get lucky and this glitch will give us something to be excited about. But for now, it just seems to be related to internal testing.
This week in science, a legend in the world of space travel, Katherine G Johnson passed away at the age of 101. Johnson was born in 1918, graduated high school at 14, and college at 18. And though she was a teacher for some time, in 1952 she joined a team of engineers that would become the Space Task Force. It was the STF, and later the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, that she helped literally write the book on space and how to get there. In 1961, she calculated the trajectory for the first American trip to space. Then, she helped put Apollo 11 on the moon. And along with all the other women she worked with, didn't receive the plaudits they deserved until the book, and subsequently the movie, Hidden Figures was released in 2016. That such an instrumental part of the success of NASA could remain in obscurity for so long really makes you wonder who the real geniuses are behind humanity's greatest achievements. I don't think I'll ever come close to the accomplishments of Katherine Johnson, but she sure as hell is a phenomenal inspiration. I really hope that with increased awareness, STEM programs around the entire world will continue to nurture and produce more and more amazing women like Johnson.
In other news this week, if you like beer, particularly IPAs, and you like D&D, and you happen to be going to Minneapolis soon, can you pick me up a 4-pack of Tabletop Session from Modest Brewing? A little over a week ago, the Minneapolis local breweries started putting these awesome role-playing adventure beers on the shelves. The 4-pack usually comes with 4 different characters, go figure, with their own classes, stats, and abilities, so you can quickly drop into the quest for the search of the Elder Draft. Your adventurers are Phineas K. Fizzlebob III, a sort of druid, the righteous paladin Astrid Divine, Synethiasa, a bard dealing with her folk duel breakup, so sad, and Thorn Starlight, a man with no history, but a lot of mystery. The rules say all you need is a d20, a pen and paper, and a beer. Then pick the best BSer to be the game master and lead the story. The whole campaign is written out on their website, and if you can't get a hold of a couple of Tabletop Session, I might have to settle for not Tabletop Session and run the campaign using the digital character sheets instead. Here. It would be awesome if they ended up releasing the expansions for this later on. Not that I'm looking for an excuse to drink more beer or anything.
This is a dry campus. Silicon Valley Comic-Con is now being led by the king nerd himself, Adam Savage. That's right, the guy behind mind-blowing cosplay like this, and this, and this, and this, and I mean, I could go on, but I think I've made my point. Anyways, Savage is now the creative director behind the now renamed SiliCon. The event was founded by Steve Wozniak back in 2016, and he has since endorsed Savage for his new role, saying, "Adam Savage is my favorite guest that we've ever had, and it's fitting that he is joining the team." Officially, SiliCon aims to blend pop culture and technology, and although no guests have been announced for the con yet, its previous guests have been focused on tech leaders, game designers, and science-focused authors. They bring in huge stars as well, of course, like Jason Momoa and Will Shatner. Savage is of course excited for the role himself, saying, "As a maker, I'm chomping at the bit to take an even deeper dive into all aspects of making as it intersects with this amazing community. I want everyone to fly their freak flag." Personally, I would love to see Savage bring in other makers like Simone Yach. I think it's also worth noting that Adam Savage is going to be a guest at FanX 2020, so you could say, I'm a little excited for that. And now on to our rapid fire segment, where we'll shoot news at you real fast because it's not really worth reading, but you might want to know it anyways.
Turns out vomiting can save you from certain death, in Red Dead Redemption 2 at least. Vomit roping is now a thing, and I don't know how I feel about that. Look, don't like it.
What incarnation?
Don't like it.
Flat Earther Daredevil Mad Mike Hughes died last weekend after his homemade steam-powered rocket crashed during a parachute failure. He might have been a flat earther, but it's still a sad story. The man was building his own rockets, of course.
We're going to see Baldur's Gate 3 hit early access this year. Heck yeah. At least that's the plan for Larian Studios, according to Hasbro, announced at the New York Toy Fair.
Hot Wheels is releasing a remote-controlled version of Tesla's Cybertruck. There is a 1/64 scale at $20 and a dope 1/10 scale at $400. Both are planned to ship in December.
Utah's once again voting to use daylight savings time year-round. Why can't we just use normal time and never change the clocks? Turns out there's an actual reason, but they're dumb, and it's golf courses apparently.
SpaceX wants to raise its net value to $36 billion by selling $250 million in stock at $220 a share, till the end of the second week of March at least. So if you're looking to get into the private space transportation sector, your time is now.
Oh baby, a second season of Harley Quinn is already getting shipped. The first season aired on DC Universe streaming service in November last year, and the second season drops on April 13th. That's like only a month and a half away, man.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater is getting a documentary. No, unfortunately not a very much wanted sequel, but Pretending I'm Superman, the Tony Hawk video game story, is world premiering on the 29th at the Mammoth Film Festival. Well, that's all from us this week. I do hope everyone enjoyed the episode, and of course, it's nice to have company again, even if it's just Max. But I do want to know what you thought of today's episode, Max.
I thought it was fun. I really like the IPAs one, Dry Campus, but like D&D and nerdy culture entering like more what's considered mainstream stuff is really cool, and this is really well implemented.
I mean, not that I consider microbrews mainstream, but...
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, I know many people, like, this will be how I get my aunt and uncle to play D&D.
Which is fantastic.
Which will be fun. That'll be great.
I love it, too, and I love seeing... like D&D or other aspects of, traditionally geeky culture expanding into these other genres.
What if the expansion's with wine? And it's like a vampire thing. You're welcome.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as my usual. And we'll see you all next
week.
Particularly on Thursday.
It's when we air.
Thursdays.
Yeah. Bye.